Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss about some important question on immunosystem. Immunosystem is the network of biological process that protects an organism from diseases. It detects and responds to a wide variety of pathogens from viruses to parasitic worms as well as cancer cells, distinguishing them from the organism's own healthy tissue. Many species have two major subsystems of the immune system, such as innate immune system and adaptive immune system. Later we will discuss about. For CSR NET, ICMR NET, GATE, NEET exam, the question related to this topic is very important. Some brief notes are also provided here which will be beneficial for you. So stay tuned in this video. The first question. The first line of defense is option 1 antigen molecules, option 2 phagocytic cells, option 3 unbroken skin, and option 4 antibody. The correct answer is unbroken skin. The immunosystem comprises three levels of defense mechanism that a pathogen needs to cross to develop infection inside the body. These three levels of defense mechanism are first line of defense, second line of defense, and third line of defense. The first line of defense is made up of barriers to prevent infection, such as skin, mucous membranes, and their secretion, and normal microbiota. The second line of defense is made up of responses to infection that apply generally to all pathogens. For example, phagocytic cells, natural killer cells, antimicrobial proteins, the inflammatory response, fever. And the third line of defense provides immunity against specific pathogen. For example, lymphocytes, such as B cells, T cells. Another is that antibodies, macrophages, other antigen presenting cells, and memory cells. The first line and second line of defense are innate, that is non-specific defense mechanism, and the third line of defense mechanism are adaptive, that is specific defense mechanisms. The innate immune system is the body's first line of defense against germs entering the body. It responds in the same way to all germs and foreign substances, which is why it is sometimes referred to as the non-specific immune system. Next question. The cellular immune response is mediated by option 1 T cells, option 2 B cells, option 3 both B and T cells, and option 4 is endothelial cells. The correct answer is T cells. Cell-mediated immunity is an immune response that does not involve antibodies. Rather, cell-mediated immunity is the activation of phagocytes, antigen-specific cytotoxic T lymphocytes, and the release of various cytokines in response to an antigen. Next question. Innate immunity is option 1 specific, option 2 non-specific, option 3 both specific and non-specific, and option 4 is all of the above. The correct answer is non-specific. The innate immunity is the defense system with which you are born. It is an older evolutionary strategy. Innate immunity responds in the same way to all germs and foreign substances, which is why it is sometimes referred to as non-specific immune system. Innate immunity involves barriers that keep harmful materials from entering our body. These barriers form the first line of defense in the immune response. Next question. The innate immunity consists of option 1 mechanical barrier, option 2 chemical mediators, option 3 both A and B, and option 4 none of these. And the correct option is both A and B. That is, innate immunity consists of both mechanical barriers and chemical mediators. The mechanical barrier. The skin is impermeable mechanical barrier that protects many pathogens from entering the body. Similarly, mucosa or mucous membrane that line the immediate internal system helps trap pathogens by producing mucus. Hair inside the nasal cavity as well as earwax also trap pathogens and environmental pollutants. Now discuss about the chemical mediators. Some acidic fluids such as gastric juice, urine, and vaginal secretion destroy pathogen by creating low pH condition. Lysozyme found in tears, sweat, and saliva act as a vital antimicrobial agent to destroy pathogens by cleaving bacterial cell wall. Interferon induces antiviral state in uninfected cells, complement lysis microorganisms, or facilitate phagocytosis. Next question. Acquired immunity is option 1 natural, option 2 artificial, option 3 active and passive, and option 4 all of this. And the correct answer is all of the above. That is, acquired immunity is natural, artificial, it may be active and passive. Acquired immune system, also known as adaptive immune system. Like innate immune system, adaptive immune system includes both humoral immunity and cellular mediated immunity components and destroy invading pathogens. Naturally acquired active immunity is antigen enters the body naturally. Naturally acquired passive immunity is antibodies pass from the mother to fetus via placental or infant via mother's milk. Artificially acquired active immunity is done by vaccination, that is by introduction of dead or weakened antigens to the host cells. Artificially acquired passive immunity is introduction of performed antibodies in immunoserum are induced by injection. Next, phagocytic cells found in tissue. Option 1 neutrophil, option 2 macrophages, option 3 dendritic cell, option 4 basophils, and option 5 eosinophil. And the correct option is macrophages. Macrophages are produced by differentiation of monocytes in tissue. Except basophil, macrophages, dendritic cell, eosinophil, neutrophil, all are phagocytic. Macrophages are professional phagocytes and are highly specialized in removal of dying or dead cells and cellular debris. Macrophages also play a role in adaptive immunity, mast cell generation, wound healing, tissue homeostasis, etc. In the lung, the macrophage is known as alveolar macrophage. In connective tissue, it is known as histiocytes. In liver, the macrophage is known as kupffer cells. In kidney, it is known as mesengial cells. In the brain, the macrophage is known as microgial cells. And in bone, the macrophage is known as osteoclast. White blood cells that migrate to the tissue and play an important role in the development of allergies are option 1 neutrophils, option 2 macrophages, option 3 mast cell, and option 4 is basophil. The correct answer is mast cell. Mast cells can be found in a wide variety of tissues, including skin, connective tissue of various organs, and mucosal epithelial tissues of the respiratory, genitourinary, and digestive tract. Like circulating basophils, these cells have large number of cytoplasmic granules that contain histamine and other pharmacologically active substances. Mast cells, together with blood basophil, play an important role in the development of allergies. Phagocytic cells important in body's defense against parasitic organism. Option 1 neutrophil, option 2 eosinophil, option 3 mast cell, and option 4 is basophil. And the correct answer is eosinophil. Eosinophil are motile phagocytic cells like the neutrophil. Their phagocytic role is less important than that of neutrophils, though they play important role in the body's defense against parasitic organism. The secreted component of eosinophilic granules may damage the parasitic membrane. Thus, the eosinophil provide body's defense against the parasitic organism. Next question. Only antigen presenting cells express option 1 MHC1 molecules, option 2 MHC2 molecules, option 3 MHC3 molecules, and option 4 is both MHC2 and 1 molecules. And the correct answer is MHC2 molecules. That is, only antigen presenting cells express MHC2 molecules, whereas nearly all cells express class 1 MHC molecules. T cells displaying CD8 recognizing antigen associated with class I MHC molecules, whereas T cells displaying CD4 recognize antigen associated with class II MHC molecules. MHC3 are not involved in antigen binding. The process called antigen presentation are classic function of MHC protein. Endogenous antigen displayed with option 1 class 1 MHC molecule, option 2 class 2 MHC molecule, option 3 class 3 MHC molecule, option 4 both MHC 1 and 2 molecules. And the correct option is class 1 MHC molecule. Nearly all cells express MHC1 molecules. Endogenous antigens are produced in altered cells degraded in the cytoplasm and displayed with class 1 MHC molecules, whereas exogenous antigens are internalized by antigen presenting cell degraded in the endocytic processing pathway and displayed with class 2 MHC molecule. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel.